today's lesson will be same kind but little difficult level, okay? A little bit harder. Alright, so let's do the problem. See what I'm doing. I'm not reading the direction at all and I'm just doing it, right? And I'll regress soon and then I will fix some error, okay? If I have any. So on the numerator, x plus 2, nothing to do, so I put extra parentheses for the binomial factor. On the denominator, here, this student will factor. Oh, he's not looking at me. Alright, give me the factors of the denominator. xx minus 6 plus 2. See, if we don't know how to factor, we can't do anything at all. So factoring is so important. Okay, next student on the back will factor the numerator. That's right. That's right. This is difference of two squares. And x minus 2 is not a thing to factor, so I'm going to put parentheses for this guy. And now I'm going to see, do we have anything to cross out for canceling? Top and bottom will be crossed out, okay? So x plus 2, x plus 2. Anything else? X minus 6, x minus 6. Everything canceled out, right? Okay, so let's rewrite it. X plus 6 over x minus 2. Okay, am I done? I don't know, so let's read the direction now. Multiply, did I multiply? Yes. And simplify, did I simplify? Yes. The following rational expressions. Hint, it helps to factor all of the numerators and denominators first. I did, right? Next part, state the excluded value or values. So yesterday we talked about homework problem. Homework problem had that part, so I need to answer that. Yesterday in the homework, what I said was go back to the original problem and list all excluded values, right? Yeah, that is true. That is the correct way. You have to look at the original equation and then list all excluded value if we are using this as a function. However, what's the direction here? Direction says state the excluded values from the simplest form. So I'm going to do differently from yesterday. Okay? I'm not going back to the original question here and then saying that x cannot be equal to 6, x cannot be equal to negative 2, x cannot be equal to 2 if this is considered as a function because it creates a 0 in the denominator. However, let's go easier way today, okay? Let's follow the direction here. Direction says, look at your answer, simplest form, and tell me what caused the problem. Which number will be a big problem? When you select 2, you plug 2 here in the denominator. What do we have in the denominator? 0. You put 0 in the denominator for calculating and your calculator says error, right? So we don't consider this as a domain. So this will be called excluded value. So I'm going to write my excluded value is 2. Instead of writing that way, I'm going to use the notation. X will not be equal to 2. That's how I write. Excluded value is 2. Is it simpler? So let's use notation. Okay? All right. Yes? Question? Alright, so for this part, let me rewrite it, okay? Tell me what is the denominator of your function or equation or expression. Denominator. What is denominator? X minus 2. If you have denominator 0, you'll have a big problem because 0 in the denominator is undefined. Okay, so let's find out that number. So let's do middle school algebra here. What do I need to do? Add 2 on both sides, right? Yeah, so x will be 2. So this number is called excluded value. Okay? Instead of writing the whole thing, I can say x cannot be equal to 2. That's the easy way I can describe without writing the whole words, okay? Does it make sense? So check the denominator. Denominator. Only denominators. Only the denominator. I still remember my students teach me this one. 0 on the numerator, this is okay. Alright? 0 in the denominator, did I say numerator? 0 on the numerator, it's okay. 0 in the denominator, it's not okay. Alright? Yeah. If you have 0 in the denominator, dividing by 0, that is undefined. So when we talk about this on the calculator graphing, we will see strange things later on. That will be Thursday, Friday lessons, okay? So you need to make sure denominator should not be equal to 0.